for China. You'll do it for China, you
Don't
fucking
do it
coward.
for China.
Let's go to war, Chinaman.
But why is he accusing him of being Chinese? Once upon a time, in the distant land of China, lived a man equally loved and hated by all. He was known as
the Black Dragon.
But his friends called him Izzy. Izzy was one of the realm's bravest combatants. But just like any hero, Izzy had a nemesis. He was known as Powhatan.
The Hand of Stone.
A foe with killer instincts, a cold, murdering gaze. Every single thing about him was terrifying. It would be the first time the two combatants would cross paths, but far.
So my video now has 813 views.
Oh my god, let's go.
And it's only been up for a week.
Right now, I just find a good MMA documentary. It is 17 minutes, so after this one, I think I'm gonna play again.
Right.
From the
That's
last.
13 subscribers.
It's a story about a black man, but he came from China. And he started to do MMA, and he had a nemesis, American fighter. And he was... He was like, go back to China, you're not even Chinese, you're black, blah 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 blah. And the guy just said, dude, in the ring, I'm gonna fuck you up. And I'm like, okay, that's the documentary I want to saw. I want to saw the guy just wreck the fucking white trash man. Let's go.
Oh, just wants to look him up.
Oh, I love when justice was...
The fight was extremely close. The two combatants exchanging blow for blow. Izzy was convinced he had done enough to win the grand prize.
Are you done yet,
But
Bob?
the Elder Gods had other plans.
Although you lost, a lot of people thought you should have won the decision.
I won the fight. I hit you more than you hit me. But it's all right. So, you know, it wasn't meant to be. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to get that belt.
Izzy expected to get back to training, become a better, stronger fighter. But a strange thing happened instead.
I let some bullshit get to me. Just online, you know, like...
The whispers of a strange creature called
The Internet.
creeped into his head. They formed roots within his mind and started growing.
You should have won that fight, blah, blah, blah. Guess you shouldn't leave it in the judge's hands.
So 1 year later, when Izzy rematched the Hand of Stone, he changed his style.
I just went berserk.
Usually a precise and calculated fighter, Izzy let the whispers take hold of his emotions.
What people expect me to do, what people in the UFC do, just like I started throwing bombs.
He aggressively attacked the Hand of Stone.
Why are you doing this? Because that's not me. That's not me staying true to myself.
And it was working well for him. Until... his worst nightmare came to life.
I woke up. I was like, oh, okay, let me try and get up. My arms just felt like noodles.
Maybe he wasn't meant to be a champion after all. Maybe he truly was unremarkable.
Nothing spectacular about him, really.
I was just the runt.
He was just like any other kid.
I was never really competitive. I sucked at sports in school.
Rather, I was just a casual boy.
I was bottom 3 in the class. And I sucked at school because I was at memorizing. I wouldn't even be reading absorbing the words on the page. I would just be looking at the lines and just daydreaming about something else.
But the world as he knew it was about to collapse.
I moved to New Zealand in 2001.
What was the reason why your parents decided to take you out of Nigeria and move you to another country?
Initially, better recognized tertiary education.
I didn't realize I was black till I moved here because I knew I was black, obviously. I knew my skin color was dark, but I never knew it was a problem.
And it was weird for me. It was really weird for me.
You get picked on, you get cast aside in a way, like an outcast, because you're different.
And I was why?
I was trying to fit in too much, and I knew I was black, obviously. I knew my else.
But the world as he knew it was about to collapse.
I moved to New Zealand.
Like, he came from Nigeria, and he came to New Zealand. And in New Zealand, like, he just said, like, before I didn't know I was black. Like, I know my color was darker, but when I came in New Zealand, I didn't know that was a problem. Oh my god, man. Oh my
New Zealand in 2001.
What was the reason why your parents decided to take you out of Nigeria and move you to another country?
Initially, better recognized tertiary education.
I didn't realize I was black till I moved here because I knew I was black. Obviously, I knew my skin color was dark, but I never knew it was a problem.
And it was weird for me. It was really weird for me. You get picked on, you get cast aside in a way, like an outcast, because you're different.
And I was why?
I was trying to fit in too much, and I got bullied a lot. Like when I used to get bullied, I'd be shaking, my knees would be shaking, my body would be shaking, and oh, look at him shaking, oh, he's scared.
Most of this thing, when it happened, he didn't tell us.
I didn't sound like the people here.
I started to try and talk like the Kiwi kids. I tried to like use the same slang. I really tried to like fit in. Everyone just wants to belong, you know, especially as kids, you know, you just want to be part of a tribe or fit in, but then...
Psychologists call it social rejection, a fear we are programmed to avoid on an evolutionary level. You see, back when we lived in small tribes, being excluded from the group and sent into the wilderness was practically a death sentence.
I ended up being a people pleaser as a kid, you know, because it was a way of surviving.
So the fear of rejection...
Okay, that's very interesting. What understanding and reframing the fear of rejection. Humans are programmed on an evolutionary level of the fear social rejection, but we can learn to deal with it.
Interesting.
So that's mean, like, to reject somebody for any kind of way, that's like the worst thing you can do to a human, because a human is a social animal. And that's why, like, when we were like primal human, I don't know how to say that in English, like, if you are in a group, you are fine, but if the group decide to leave you, if you are alone in the forest without anyone, you are dead. Not because you don't know how to hunt, no, it's just because you became crazy because you have no one.
We are programmed to avoid on an evolutionary level. You see, back when we lived in small tribes, being excluded from the group and sent into the wilderness was practically a death sentence.
I ended up being a people pleaser as a kid, you know, because it was a way of surviving.
So the fear of rejection is your brain trying to protect you from the perceived danger of exclusion.
And then you don't realize how that follows you into adult life.
Me trying to fit in just never worked at all.
Because I spent most of my time in the library during lunch times, just because it's safe in the library.
Calvin and Hobbes is a comic I used to read in high school. The library, I read all the comics that they had of Calvin and Hobbes. And they're in the box, just chilling or like doing something, playing around. And there's like the power of imagination. So I just got on my bicycle because it's power.
You know, I like cartoons because there's no limit, you know? Yeah. Actually, there's no limit.
I draw strength from characters that aren't even
Oh, I
real.
remember who is this guy? Yeah. Is the guy who do Naruto sign with his hand before he start fight? I just remember it.
Avatar, Naruto, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, like
they're real to me. To me, it's all about.
Yeah, he love all anime. He love Naruto. He love Mortal Kombat.
What's in here and what you feel in here, and I can relate to a lot of those guys more than I can to some of the great leaders of our time.
And the mind does not know what's the difference between reality and fantasy sometimes.
I blur the lines between reality and fantasy. I am that line.
But no matter how far he escaped, the evil of the realm always managed to find him.
Remember in school, this kid was just giving me the whole time, the whole week. And during the weekend, he rode by my house.
He took time out of his day on a Saturday.
And she yelled, "Go back to your country, Blackanese." And did it like 2 or 3 times.
Go back to your country, Blackanese.
Go back to your country, Blackanese.
And then drive by again and say, "Oh, you black this, you blah, blah, blah."
You're joking.
And I remember thinking at that age, like,
did I do something to this kid?
Did I say something to him? The next week at school, and he just came up to me and like, "What a black boy," just pushed me. And I might have been having a bad day.
I'm back.
I remember I just lost it and I snapped.
And I remember just
in the middle of a ball
just
match.
threw him to his K block, beat his ass,
He
threw
played
his
Brawl
B block,
Stars.
beat his ass, and I was crying the whole time, just beating him up.
And I just ran away.
Not that many. I haven't played a whole lot.
30 minutes or so till the teacher found me.
Yeah, he
I
never
don't
did
even
it
know.
again
Like I
after
said, I'm
that.
in the middle of the match,
Yeah.
so it's kind of hard to check right now.
Alright.
No, leave me alone.
"Oh, you black this, you blah, blah, blah."
You're joking.
And I remember thinking at that age, like,
Did I do something to this kid?
did I say something to him? The next week at school, And he just came up to me and like, what a black boy, and just pushed me. And I might have been having a bad day. And I remember I just lost it and I snapped.
And I remember just wailing on him, just threw him to his K block, beat his ass, threw his B block, beat his ass. And I was crying the whole time, just beating him up.
And I just ran away and went to go hide for like 30 minutes or so till the teacher found me.
Yeah, he never did that again after that. Yeah. Well, I had to, turn around and fight at some point.
And on his quest to learn how to defend himself,
I watched this movie, Ong Bak.
Ong Bak was different.
And I was like, yo, this is cool. I don't know what this is. And then I found out it was Muay Thai.
he would also turn to Grandmaster Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan was my Bruce Lee. The way everyone looked at Bruce Lee, that's how I look at Jackie Chan, because Jackie Chan was the guy who made me enjoy fight movies like The Drunken Master, Rush Hour, all those movies, because he made fighting seem cool and fun and funny, and he played with it. He was playful.
Izzy starts renting UFC videotapes.
And I picked this up just to learn how to defend myself.
And one mighty combatant from Brazil shatters his perception of reality.
UFC 90, I watched the Silva fight Patrick Cote.
And I remember watching him just like, what is he doing? Like, he's just having fun.
I think it's just he was ahead of everybody else. Watching Anderson Silva dismantle people from back in the day, I was just like, man, skinny black guys f***ing everyone up. I'm skinny, I'm black. I can f*** people up.
Anderson Silva was also bullied, not because of what he looked like, but because of his voice.
I have a lot of problems about my voice. The people don't respect my voice because it's quiet, it's no.
And he called himself the Spider because he was obsessed with the myth of Spider-Man.
First of all, I love Marvel. I love it, Spider-Man.
The Spider!
He was someone I looked up to as a kid.
When I talk to my dad about this, my dad say, "This is your voice. This is you."
I just knew, I was like, you know what? If I really wanted to do this, I'd be the best at this. And I didn't know if it was true. Didn't care if people believed me or not. I just said it because it made me feel great. It's all about how you see yourself. Quote from Ali, I'm the greatest. I said it before I knew I was.
It took me a while to realize that I wasn't meant to fit in. Like, guys like us, we're not meant to fit in. We're meant to stand out.
Every man is responsible for his own destiny.
Did your mum and dad know what you were up to?
Not really, no.
I came into the room one morning to say, I'm out of here. I'm going to Auckland to pursue my fighting career. I said, what?
I told them, like, I think a week beforehand, before I moved, so that way they didn't have time to talk me out of it.
Your first son tells you he's going to be fighting, and you are a chartered accountant or a registered nurse. They're going to say, what's wrong with you?
My mom and dad didn't believe in what I was going to do because no one from my country had done it yet.
And we tried our best to talk him out of it, but he was adamant that that was what he wanted to do.
My wife started crying.
She woke me up crying before she went to work, and I was like, Mom, chill. She said some words to me that made me realize I can't let them down. As their firstborn, I can't let them down, so.
And we made up our mind at that point that, look, win or lose, we have to support this boy. It looks like this is what he wants to do.
Found a Muay Thai gym, then 6 weeks later, I had my first fight. And then once I was in the ring and I got that rush, I was hooked. That was it.
I think since then, I've just been chasing that dragon.
And the Chinese brought me over as a journeyman.
Big, tall, black guy. You're in the rural areas of China. You get stared at all the time.
So they gave me a name, for sure, Hei Long. That means the black dragon.
Hello, I am the black dragon.
And I just felt like Jackie Chan whenever I fought. One thing, I went 40-0 before I had my first loss.
But then losing the next fight
by KO.
And do you think you learned something in that fight about not giving into your emotions? And
I shouldn't have given into people's opinions of myself. I should have stayed true to me.
You built up a lot of hype outside. You built up some hype kickboxing. You built up some hype in MMA, but you built up a lot of internet hype.
Yeah.
There was a lot of highlight videos made of you, and people like, oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, I took my time, fought around the world, fought different body types, different styles. And then eventually, I think the UFC were like, okay, what do you want? Come on, like, let's go. My first UFC fight, UFC 221, Perth, Australia. I go in there, up. I wasn't the main event, but I stole the show. I guarantee I stole the show.
After the fight, it's always, like I said, I get pulled in so many different directions. And
At the after party, I'm being pulled left, right, and center. After the fight, I'm pulled left, right, and center for interviews.
And finally away from all the noise, and it's just like, whew.
And then got depressed. And I'm just like, what the
Really?
fuck?
What was the feeling? Like, what was bothering you?
Why am I sad? There's no reason to be sad. I just made 6 figures.
There's no need to be sad. I killed that shit.
I'm the man. I'm like, then why am I depressed?
You almost feel like you don't
belong.
Yeah, like I don't belong. I don't deserve this.
I think everybody has that.
This is something that I can't have happen constantly because it's not healthy.
And this is when I started to go to therapy properly and kind of like trying to figure myself out.
And what he discovers changes him forever.
Everyone on this planet, everyone in this room has childhood traumas that they haven't addressed, and you don't realize that because you just bury it. You just deep down in your subconscious is just dug deep.
The last stylebender, I coined that name from the TV series, The Avatar. His destiny, he had to realize he was the Avatar by mastering all the elements.
So I was able to raise my feeling of anger and direct it at the right times. And you can do that with sadness, with happiness, same thing with feeling of fear, honing that fear and using it because it's powerful energies.
So you have to find a way to sit down and just access that with yourself. Through therapy is one of the best ways.
Those tools that I got from my therapist really helped me just kind of like navigate.
So once I learned how powerful that was, I'm always on top of it.
He was about to face his greatest challenge yet. A spider emerged from the darkness.
The people thought, oh, this is your clone and blah, 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 but it's not.
Oh, he's like Silver 2.0, this and that. And I was like, just give it time. Those comparisons will fade away.
To prepare himself to face Izzy, the spider asks for the help of the Hand of Stone.
And I tried to absolve everything Alex gave me.
Anderson Silva, I'm going to Israel Adesanya Anderson Silva. Understand that.
There's a split second in there that I was just like, holy shit. I'm fighting Anderson Silva.
That fight was just a beautiful chess match. He still looked good. He still looked like, man, I'm hanging with the future of this division.
He's never had someone do to him what he's done to people. I've fanboyed over the guy his whole career, and I've studied him. I knew what he was going to do before he do it.
And then the moment after the fight, you know, how he just pretty much just said, yo, this is yours now.
And it's with the blessing of the spider that the last style bender takes the UFC by storm.
My spider. Just like does the sound still working? Hello. Oh my god, just what the app, like, you need someone to tell you you're there, cause it's very hard. Nice. I love this moment.
What?
When you entered the 5th round against Kelvin, you said, I'm ready to die.
And I meant that, man. I swear to God on my life, I meant that. I'm even getting goosebumps. Think, see that?
I'm getting goosebumps.
There is a new king.
Yeah, no. 18-2, 19-2, 5.7K, 5.6K. And just not play the game. Called it.
Well done.
Lucky.
Superb.
Yeah, watch this. Kill Sojin. And Moira. Watch this.
Pay your respects.
Sure.
Hey, Mr. GAVIA.
Hey, Connor.
I think it's time to tell them.
Tell them what?
To subscribe to the channel.
That's true. And
Yeah,
what else?
Subscribe.
I guess you
subscribe to
must have
this guy,
forgotten.
'cause this guy make
On
fucking
Patreon, you can support my films as my patron.
I'm so happy.
I know why it's it, but I didn't. Thanks to my patrons for saving my content.
Flawless victory.
That was such a fucking good rap. I'm sorry I passed it.
Hello guys, now it's official. UFC, thank you. I'm so happy to be part of the family.
Make your way up. I'll fuck him up.
After winning every tournament overseas, the Hand of Stone makes the jump to the UFC. And just as he starts to hunt down the last Bender, the internet yet again turns on Izzy.
Israel's so boring. All he does is run away.
You're fighting correctly.
Yeah.
In terms of like, if you're trying to teach someone how to hit and not get hit, you're fighting correctly.
Is this personal for you?
Yeah.
It is.
Because this is about me and my legacy. This is about rewriting history. Even though it is history, me rewriting a new path of history and just showing people what I can really do.
The Hand of Stone crushes everyone who dares stand in his way. And the moment comes when the last Bender must yet again face the ghost of his past.
Please.
Don't you love it when your
Let's
hog hook just doesn't
fucking
hook?
go. Let's
What happened?
fucking go. Let's
What
fucking
happened?
go. Okay, I want everybody to subscribe to Patrick Gavia. Like, this content make me... That's fucking curing my depression. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put my reaction on YouTube. I don't fucking care. This video make me cry. This video make me angry. This video make me happy. Oh my god, that was so fucking good. Patrick Gavia, subscribe to this guy. I just wanted to show this content to my community. Now let's go back on Overwatch.
No, you
Oh,
should
shit,
watch
we
my
just-
live stream.
We just started a game.
It's
That's
okay, I
alright.
turned on my live, so if he decides
you
to
want
watch
to
that.
watch.